Now, this is Dragon Cat 8. No sure when I was that? Yep, if I could assume, Julie. Of course. Until I didn't know this.
Wait, so you can assume?
Yep, if I could assume, Julie. Of course. Until I didn't know this.
I know, right?
If I could assume, Julie. Of course. Until I didn't know this.
Right. No sure when I was that?
Yep, if I could assume, Julie. Of course. Until I didn't know this.
Right, yeah. You not sure when I was that?
Yep, if I could assume, Julie.
Of course. Until I didn't know this.
Right. No sure what was that?
Yep.
Okay. No sure what was that?
Yep.
Okay, I was gonna make sure.
I know, right?
Yep. If I could assume, Julie. Until I didn't know this.
Right, yeah. You know Sheriff and Julie?
If I could assume, Julie.
Of course.
Until I didn't know this. If I could assume.
Right.
Until I didn't know this.
So, you can assume?
Yep.
Okay.
I was gonna make sure.
I know, right?
Yep. If you assume, Julie.
Of course.
Until you didn't know this.
Right, yeah. Not sure when was that?
Yep. If I could assume, Julie.
Of course.
Until I didn't know this.
Right.
No sure what was that?
Yep.
Okay.
Not sure when was that?
Yep. If I could assume, Julie. If I could assume, Julie.
Of course. Until I didn't know this.
Fry. No sure what was that?
Yep. Because I was gonna make sure.
Fry. So, you didn't know this?
Nope.
Okay. I was gonna make sure.
I know, right? If you assume, Julie.
Of course.
Until you didn't know this.
Fry. You did not fool savagely.
Of course.
Until you didn't know this.
Right. Not sure when was that?
Yep. If I could assume, Julie.
Of course.
Until I didn't know this. If I assume.
Right.
If I could assume, Julie. Until I didn't know this.
Right. If you assume?
Yep. If I could assume, Julie. Until I didn't know this.
If you assume, Julie?
Yep. If I could assume, Julie.
Of course.
Until it was that.
Yep, if you assume, Julie.
Fry.
Until I realize that.
Yep. If you assume, Julie. Until I realize that.
Right. Not sure I realize that.
Yep.
Okay, I was gonna make sure.
No way. If I could assume, Julie.
Of course.
Until I didn't know this.
Right. Not sure I realize that.
Yep.
Okay. If you assume, Julie. Until I didn't know this.
Fry. If I could assume, eventually. Right, do we realize that? Yep. If you assume, virtually. Of course. Until I didn't know this. Right. Not sure realize that? Yup. Okay. Not sure you realize that. I know, right? Yup, if I could assume, Julie. Of course. Bye. Did I realize that?
Yep.
Okay. I was gonna make sure. I know.